Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in. Check out your boy, P Funk, thinking right out here in my lab, and I'm back in the book, giving you some meditative techniques. We're on number 3 right now, so let's go. Rightism, 25 rule to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's always a message in my stories for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in and receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission. That's what I'm on. Is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline, practice daily will help and guide you to attain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. You see where we're going with this? So let's get there together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through. That's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you know how to answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you, right? Thinkers, know thyself and to Maya be true. We still in the meditation step. I got another week left. We crashing it out. I'm at the end of the book. We right on time. A book in a 1 month. That's a good teacher. Let's rock. Rightism, right thinkers. Let's talk about meditation technique number 3. That's the basic serpent power. Kundalini. Do, 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 do. Serpent power meditation, and it's based on the ancient Egyptian wisdom teachings, not the Indian. The Indian took it from us and made a thing out of it, but it started with the ancient Egyptians. Let's talk about it right quick. We call it serpent power. Okay, Kundalini from the Indians. This subject we talk about right now of life force energy and the sublimation of sexual energy, semen retention, into what? Spiritual energy. I told you, young men, if you don't squander your semen for 28 days, you will add years to your life. Think about that. Okay, but it existed many years ago, trust me, of the Egyptian prior to its development and what they know now from modern India under the name Kundalini Yoga, the chakras. It's been known that the body has the serpent sitting at the bottom of your sacrum, and all 7 chakras, when it rises, it lights them up, lights them up, lights them up. So when you're living and doing right, it happens automatically. You ain't got to know it. My pastor don't have a clue about no damn Kundalini or no chakras. He know God. He got there on his terms. So I'm trying to explain to you how you get to your enlightenment. There's a bunch of different ways. 9 billion people, 9 billion ways. So we just got one that we practiced and mastered out of Egypt. Let's go. So, and later it appeared where in many parts of the world, still today, but it did not find extensive documentation being read about, heard about, into what? Into the sage of India composed a voluminous scriptures in relations to Kundalini Yoga, and it spread like wildfire. Okay? And anything that's good and will serve the people should do just that. And since the topic of what we call serpent power in Egypt yoga is so vast, a full treatment of it would be beyond the scope of this work, meaning it's so in depth, it takes more than this, and we got that covered. I got a whole book for serpent power. Been there, done that too. Okay, that's the concept. But let's get to this one. But as an Indian, your chakra system, famous worldwide. The ancient Egyptians called it Safak Bara. That's the 7 spears. Okay, I got a picture for you right here. We use Mayat, called the chain of Mayat, and each spear was a chakra up to the 7. You see here in India, they got the body. This is the sacrum. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh chakra, but really the seventh chakra is up here. 6 would be here with the eyes. Okay, and this is the original concept. I tell you, the two sisters, Nethet and Aset, they are the two serpents going around Assad, which is the pole, which is our still to this day they call it Caduceus, or the staff of Hermes. But it's the medical side to this day. So they know about Kundalini. That's what I say. It's a healer and a killer. The same poison that they get is the anti-poison when you get by a serpent. Did you know that? Moving on. That's what the idea now. They inoculate you with the vaccine of what it is to kill it. They got that from ancient Egyptians too. All right. But since the topic, okay, now as the Indian chakra system originating at Egypt, but it's suffered by, okay, the seven spirits, I just showed you the picture of that. But it's what it says it's related to the 7 energy centers. We call them the energy center, suffered by Ra, the 7 spears. Kabbalah got theirs, the spears. The Indians call them chakras, same thing, little round vortex, okay? The triangles of energy, and they call energy centers of this is the spinal cord of the body, which are not visible to the ordinary eye and in the same space as what your physical spine, hello, though not in the same place, okay, as the physical body. They are linked to the awakening of one's what? Spiritual powers and consciousness. The serpent power, the spinal cord connects to the brain. The stem of the brain connects. So they go right to what? Enlighten you. When you get that going, open up all the chakras, 33 degrees, 37 spiral bones in the spinal column. All those are symbolical and literal. Why? Because they can prove it by, we know that, looking at it. Okay. But as one progresses in your mental and spiritual path of evolution, you're studying, you're learning, you implement what you're learning. So now you're getting better. That's what I call practicing spiritual disciplines when daily. Make it a part of your life. That makes it religious. You're living it. While either purposely, watch this, employing a yoga spiritual discipline. My mother-in-law don't have a clue who the hell Mayat is, but she been living it all her life. Now she do, because it makes sense and she understands from an educational perspective, which I have, the knowledge, and she had experience. I put them two together. She said, boy, you got that thing. Thank you, Moms. Okay, but it's your discipline spiritually. And when you study, and what you study, you apply the application of your spiritual and philosophical scriptures that you're learning. You reflect and you meditate on them and you bring it to life, manifest it for yourself so you know the truth for yourself. Or learning through what? We call the process of what? Trial and error. Some of us don't learn from other people's mistakes. Some of us got to make them ourselves. Okay, if that's the route you choose, I beg to differ. All the time, you don't have to experience to find out. But sometimes I tell you, the best teacher is experience. So I advocate, go for it. Do you? Now you know. All right? But some situations is FAFO. Mess around and find out, and that might not be what you want. So be careful what you do. But these centers will automatically, right there, open when you live right. Mine's open. I wasn't aware. I'm just living right. So I don't know. Man, all of a sudden, ding, 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 ding. I hit the jackpot of waking up, acknowledging, becoming enlightened. Freaked me out. Why? I wasn't prepared for that. I got my enlightenment after that happened. After that happened, I was freaking out. All right. So I started studying on that particular concept, and I haven't stopped moving on. But that's this thing right here, our mind. When you're allowing one to experience what we call increasing communion, that means meditating, talking to God on a regular basis. Me and God like this now. I don't have to, I can, right now, I'm thinking about God. Right now. Don't got to worry about what. He's always on my mind. I'm God conscious. Simple. I'm not running around no damn fanatic. I'm not a fan. Okay? But the more you commune with your higher self, God, watch this. This process is what raising one's spiritual power from within. And it may be aided by specific daily exercises as what? Such as concentration, meditating, proper breathing. I gave that technique in the last lesson. Meditating on what? The meanings of your spiritual symbols and the lessons that you're learning, and you surround yourself with the will of what? Your higher self. Constantly thinking about God. Constantly keeping God. I call it being God conscious. Y'all call it being prayed up. Whatever you call it. I'm not into the name call it. I'm into the actual doing so I can express that part. These techniques allow you to now transform your waking personality so that you may be able to discover your inner self. That's a job for you. That's your job. God is the real you. Okay? You need to know that what for yourself. He gave you the ability to do just that. So your ability to reach God is all predicated on how you think. And are you able to comprehend philosophize and mythologize and understand stories and myths and put them into use so that they make sense to you and you can actually better yourself from them. That's what's been going on for centuries. Okay? But everybody don't want that. I know that. So I'm in a unique class. Why? Everybody don't want to do this nonsense. And everybody's trying to hear this. So some of them is nonsense. But those who do, those who in the know now. All right. But this should be done. What? Under the guidance of a qualified spiritual master. AKA sage, saint, whatever you want to call it. Somebody who knows, who had experience. I have experience. I got the knowledge now. I'm going to help you with it. What? I'm living it. I'm doing it. I know what I'm talking about. I ain't got to use the book for that. I use the book to teach the concept, the philosophy. That's where I got it from. I can do that. Moving on. Like a preacher. Okay, preach about the Bible. Makes no sense. Moving on. So that's why I use books. When I give you my opinion, y'all don't give a damn about that. So I ain't big on that, expressing myself, no more why. Y'all could care less. So I keep it to myself. But I can still teach philosophy that I know will help you know yourself. Let's go. All right, where we at? Oh, yeah, it's the good part. Here we go. Your energy centers, they really subtle bodies, are likened to what? A tree, which you, the aspirant, you have to climb. How? Through your personality of integration of what? All the philosophies, all the yoga concepts that you know of. Use them when you need them. It's better to have it and don't need it than to need it and don't have it. Excuse me. When you get the yoga philosophies, the categories, there's 5 of them. They all meant to be used when the situation demands. If you have mastery of all 5, you won't have to worry about why. You know them all, so you can use it integrally. That's what they're telling you. Use them when you need them. And that leads to what? Intuitional realization of what? Your true transcendental self, which is you becoming one with God, and you realize it. You become a different person. You bad man now. And in this process of creation, the creative energy manifests in the form of what we call 6 planes of consciousness. And this is the realm of what they call phenomenal reality, including physical, astral, and mental existence. Most people exist on the level of the first 3 energy conscious levels, and the goal of this yoga is to unite you what with the 6 phenomenon. The first 3 is the lower level, lower beastly nation. That's what they're trying to tell you. Oh, I got a lesson coming up with this book right here. He got the concept of 3 levels, which he used in the concept in the mind, where it's psychic, mental, and know it. Thinking of Death is a hell of a book there. I got some lesson out there I want to bring to you, but it relates to this. That's why I pulled it out. All right, here we go. I'm trying to teach so it all makes sense. As you follow along, you really studying it, it all makes sense. Why? I'm going through a book. I'm taking you through a book. All right, but the 6th phenomenon is what? Consciousness is the 3rd eye. Okay? That conscious center with what? The 7th, that's the true transcendental realm when you are what? Conscious of what? The absolute. You become one with God. And this absolute, this goal is what various religions refer to by what? Different names. Again, watch this. Damn the name, but here's the names, but it happened when you happen. Some call it the kingdom of heaven. Some call it Asar, the Egyptians, that's my. Indians call it Krishna. In Hindus, Brahman. China, they call it the Tao. So everybody has a name for that concept of becoming conscious, waking up. Really, originally started with us, Nihas. To know thyself. That's the original goal for what? Human existence. But we done got so far away that ain't even the rearview mirror. Okay, it ain't in the horizon. We just out here wilding. So for those who get the answers, trust them. Why? That's how I got mine. I trust somebody and went and got it for myself. The serpent power, the force, energy, it flows through what? Thousands of your energy channels in the body. It's life. It's the life force. They keep telling you that, son. Luke used the force. Yoda knew how to circle all the force and use it the way it needs to be. That's the true master. That's what they were trying to show you. And he was the last one. Oh no, he got a baby. No, I ain't going there. But the concept is Yoda, the acronym is your own decision advisor, meaning you're able to make good decisions with knowledge of self and things that you need to know for yourself. But they doesn't give you those things. They just, skew you in the wrong way, so to speak. But I ain't got time for that. But again, we have our own, and that's this. The spirit, serpent power, which the spirit flows through thousands of miles. Now, if any energy channel are blocked or oversensitized, now you have what they call a disbalance. When the bike on two wheels, it can't afford to go one way or another. Okay, it's going to fall. You need to stay balanced. And when you lose balance, you fall. And this can arise what it causes illness in the body, okay, also in the mind. There are three more important channels through which the serpentine, that's what they call the channels of Mayat, the little chains, they call it the serpentine, life force flows, which is what? These are, they call Asar, also Amun Ra, Aset, and Nefet. These are represented by the Egyptian, what they call the Caducean. I'll show you the staff of Tahuti, which is composed of a staff in which you have two serpents wrapped around it, the male phallus and two female. Back in the day, we say Frankie Crocker's in the house. He can get three pieces. I have my little thing. Well, I like two women too. Shh. It's personal. Let that go. But yeah, I was practicing my caduceus and didn't even know it. But yeah, that was my thing. All right. But again, these are all concepts and visual philosophies that we had, which composed of the two women and one man, the phallus and the two negative and positive energy. That's what it represents, and it all symbolical, but it all makes so much sense. And they try to break it down to you. The Egyptians was breaking down how to use our brains. Okay, simple as that. You got the two opposite forces in India's Inga and Pingala. Okay, some people use male and female. Egyptians use the two females represent mortality and immortality. Okay, so it works. And the phallus, the male part, is the spirit, which was represented by Sar. That's immortality itself. So yeah, immortality, with your wisdom and tool of knowledge brings what? Offspring is Haru. That's me and you, the spirit that's in us, symbolically. The concept of mortality mixing with the spirit, yes, your discernment, ability to think and understand what right from wrong, truth from non-truth. That's Anubis. They had it all laid out. So let's try to break it down as we go, because it makes so much sense if you understand it and do your own homework. And you can follow the tradition. Y'all read that other book. Read something that's going to give you some information that you can actually use. Moving on. Where we at? And now, watch this. The serpent power flows through the body. There are three important. Okay, I just did that. So the two opposing forces in life nature of human beings are balanced by what? Various practices of yoga techniques. And you use them in an intricate fashion once you master all of them. Increasing wisdom, reflecting on them, the teachings, and practicing what? Virtue and purification of your diet, daily exercise of Pacific serpent power. You see guys doing Tai Chi, all that good stuff, yeah. And more important, breathing exercise. They got to show you how to breathe. Whole hour on different breathing techniques. You find the one that works for you, and that's what you do. Eventually, it will cause what? The opposites to what? To balance. And then they will rise through what? The searching subtle channel up the spine, up until what? Ding, 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 ding. The temple where God dwells, not building made, not with human hands. It's the temple between your two hemispheres of your brain, the pineal gland. They knew about that thousands of years ago. I mentioned that word now there. Who's he? The thalamus. That orbit, the brain been laid out. The Bible even did it for you, okay? The three wise men. There's pineal, hypothalamus, and the other part. That's all from the brain glands in the head. They was breaking it down for you, and a lot of y'all just right past it. All right. This really happened. No, real person. Christ is the oil. Christos. The secretion. Okay. Life-giving oil. We call it semen, sperm. It gives life if we put it in the female. Imagine if we kept it inside ourselves. It adds years to your life. They knew that. Semen retention. Practice that too. Wifey didn't like it much, but moving on. No, I ain't going there. Get out of there. All right. Where we at? Exercise. Okay, now the two opposites come in. Now, you change your diet, you eat right, you channel up the spine, and into where right here, becoming established and providing what they call, watch this. When the two serpents go at the spine, and when they get here, what will it do? It's called purification. And what eventually cause the balance in your life through what the scissors of the spine. And when they get to the head, where they eventually become established, and this is what they call providing you with a continuous, what's this? Shower of bliss to the practitioner, which is you. I tell you, I love my yacht. I just ooze my yacht. My pastor just loves Christ. Same concept, same thing, just different words. It's the same thing. That's my point. I'm trying to get it across. In the meditation part, he tells me that he get his information downloaded from God. You don't call it meditation. You call it download information. That's just what he said. I understand it from the way he's presenting. No problem. Well, he's there. I told you when I got there, he was already there. All right. So there are two stages of practice in the yoga of what the life force energy development is. The first stage of practice is the cleansing stage. What's that? That's where your concentration is the cleansing of your mind, practicing how to what? Clear the mind, and you balance your energy flow in the body at the same time. The mind is purified by daily practice of the wisdom teaching, aka studying and implementing. The body is purified, and purifying the diet on a regular basis, practice daily physical exercise in the gym every day. And now the energy flow is balanced. It's alternate. Sometimes you get check nose breathing. My brother got to get a problem because he got sinus issues. You got to have an operation to clear up his nostrils. Okay, so those are all things that happen. But they got medication, doctors take care of that now. But in order for your consciousness to unfold, your mind needs to be cleansed of what? The gross impurities. In the Masonic order, they tell you by you use the hammer to chisel off the rough parts of your personality. They saying the same thing in a different way. I know that. But it's to get off your gross impurity, your obvious flaws in your character, such as what? You ready? Anger, hate, greed, selfishness, jealousy, etc. Those are all egotistical concepts that you suffer through when you carry that whole mindset. You got to free them from your mind. Get that bad stuff out the mind. And now your physical body needs also to be cleansed of the mind-altering chemicals. No drugs. Elements of what we call lower vibrational states. If you think take the drug gonna get you to God, think again. You ain't thinking right. And this will cause what? Your mind and body to become agitated and preoccupied with what? Desires of worldly concerns. You're still on the ego level while you still desire to have things that's gonna make you happy. Pleasures. Okay? When you get past those, then you suffer because you desire. When you can cut down your desires, you cut down your suffering. That's a fact. Okay? Now after the cleansing stage of Serpent Power Yoga, wherein the elements of the body are cleansed and the subtle energy channels are flowing, and the body is cleansed now, which now takes months or years, some even lifetimes. But the attention turns now to the three main channels wherein spiritual realization unfolds. I'll show you the scale. After the third level, Masons, you still got more to go. Okay, you still got to get conscious. You got to get knowledge. We just gave the basics, okay? And that's called beastly nature. Everything you got, the animal got. Now you got to raise your conscious level. Animals don't have that, or they don't have the ability to use that. So that's what makes us beasts or better than the beasts of the field. But if we act like them, we're no better than them. So that's the whole idea, becoming better. And this is accomplished how? By manipulating your energy in your subtle mental planes and directing it where? Towards God. I'm devoted to God. Why? I got God in my mind all the time. I ain't gonna think nothing else. Why? That's the best thing I can do. This is called psychic energy centers in your spiritual or the etheric body, the astral side, when you go to sleep, that's when this takes over. Okay? It's good to use it when you're awake too, but you got some things going on that you ain't aware of. But when you control it, you be total conscious. And your body is distributed throughout what? The spine. Again, going up the base of the spine to where the crown of the head, the spine connects, the spinal cord connects to the brain, and they call it the uraeus. Why? It's the serpent. And each one of these centers are called Ba, spirit of Ra, or vortexes of energy, aka chakras. We call them serpentines from Mayat's chain. And they're all really energy centers of Ra. How about that? In Egyptian symbolism, they are depicted as circles or links in the chain. I just showed you that. Right there. Okay? And more going, almost there, almost home. And then the links in the chain. And the chromatic scales and the innate initiate. In India, the symbolism, they are portrayed with the Patmos, or the lotus. It symbolizes psychic, spiritual principles of human consciousness by what? Understanding these and what? Removing obstacles to them. Bad living, bad thoughts. WRIGHT Sekim, which your life force energy is free when you what? Start thinking and doing right. When your consciousness is free, now what? Free the mind, your body will follow. You can now move toward your divine essence of your true being. Know thyself. When you have self-knowledge, you can't be touched. You good to go. Whether it be in the religion, Christian, Muslim, a good faith believer have what? Purpose and reason to believe and follow what it is. Why? They had their own experience. So you can't deter them. You can't tell me about God and what. No, you can't. Don't waste your time with that. I ain't trying to do you with that. I'm just trying to enlighten you so you can have the understanding that I have for yourself. I can't give you that. All right. But again, mental and emotional complexes, that's a human problem. Sentiments, it constitute what? The main obstacle of that blocks what? Your WRIGHT Sekim, your energy flow of one's own spiritual consciousness. Your ignorance is your own demise. And through physical exercise, daily workout at the gym, that's physically cleansing and also eating right through a good, healthy diet and living a meditative lifestyle, changing and daily meditation on what? Your psycho-spiritual implications. Everything is mental of each center, working from the spine, from the sacrum up to the spine, to the sixth, the third eye. Serpent power yoga is affected. They says the serpent power is a latent spiritual energy lies dormant, coiled up, and where it is the base of the spine, and when awakened. How is this serpent awakened? Righteous and virtuous living. The spiral, it goes up, it wakes up, with the right vibration, right tone, right living, it raises up. Awakening what? Your spiritual energy center. Every time it hit one, ding, light up, ding, red, ding, orange, ding, yellow, ding, green, yeah, blue, indigo, then purple. So they all in line. That's all when the philosophical, symbolical concept, and every religion got it. 7 days, 7 this, 7 that, 7 colors, all that. The rainbow, I just gave you the rainbow in your body, okay? It consists of all different vibration at different stages. And the more when you're vibrating perfect, or you in line, your health is good, you're thinking right, life is good, and you're doing everything you need to do what? To be happy and live in what they call bliss. Okay, happy with yourself. I try to tell you that y'all didn't care about it. So again, me personally don't mean japs. I just keep teaching so you can learn you. Let me wrap this up for you. I just show you the picture. This is the same depiction, okay, in the ancient Egyptian iconograph, which the staff of the god Tahuti, which later became known as the caduceus of Hermes Trismegistus. That's what the Greeks call it. This is staff. You seen that? On every ambulance you see it. Why? That's the medical supply sign. Taking it home, wrapping it up right now. This last three I just showed you. These are the energy centers inside the subtle body that everybody known for centuries. Okay? Everybody had a different concept, but they're all the same thing. All right, wrapping up, I just showed you that. I just talked about A, that's the medical side. B is the artistic rendition from the ancient Egyptian psycho-spiritual center showing you Maya and her chain going up and down. Okay, that's her right here. See the uraeus? Okay, that's her. And you got in the Indian iconograph, you see what? Three main nadis, or astral channels, through which the serpent power travels are depicted in one straight channel, or a central shaft, which runs vertically into two intertwining channels, representing the two opposite poles in the same serpent power energy. Again, this is their way of showing it right here, going up, okay? And this is the same depiction used from the ancient Egyptian chronograph, the staff of God Tahuti, later became known as the staff of Hermes Trismegistus. That's the lesson. And remember, the serpent is in you. Not that you are the serpent. No, the serpent is just by the kind of kundalini that goes up. Once it's activated by you, what? Living right, doing right, following Mr. Right, you'll be fine. That's the lesson right now. In closing, right thinkers. May you all live to be 100. Me, 100 miles a day. So I'm living my right thinkers who understand that kundalini serpent power has passed away.